Yeah. So epoxy, the white epoxy, and then now do the blue, dark blue, light blue, and red. Welcome back to another episode of We Rebuilds. Today, you already know, we're about to do the epoxy. What I'm gonna do today is make sure that I do the last bit of prep work. So the last bit of prep work that I have is I've already taped the sides. I'm just gonna vacuum out all the dust. As you know, in the last episode, the last vacuum ended up not working. So now this episode, we're just gonna hop straight into it, where we're gonna fit this up. I got this stuff from Lowe's yesterday. End up getting some more stuff also. So extension, it's like an extension stick to use, so while I could use it in the garage, do what I need to do, and a little bit of paint brushes here and there to make sure we get this job done today. So we're not gonna waste any more time. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments and thoughts down below. Turn your post notifications on. Check us out at all social media links. And hey, don't forget to grab yourself some merch from werebuildz.com. Hey, I've already said it. It's gonna be the last set of merch for the S5. And speaking of S5, this week I was supposed to be on the East Coast taking care of it, but I kind of was under the weather, so I ended up canceling my flight and end up going. But don't really worry about that. We're gonna still grab some content off the S5, and I also have some good news and bad news for the S5. But don't worry about that right now. We're gonna deal with this floor. I have to get it done because right now it's like 11:26. Most of it is already done because from the last episode when I power washed off the concrete, I didn't really come in here and did anything much. I just took all the loose tape off. So now today I'm just doing a final vacuum, doing like a small wipe down with a mop. And once that's done, then we're gonna start the mixing. So anyways, let's not waste no more time. Let's hop straight into this video. So I just finished priming everything. Now that it's done, tomorrow I'm gonna try to do the epoxy because since it's still, it's getting late. So I'll just finish it tomorrow. So we'll set up again early in the morning and start the epoxy. Hey, so it's the next day. So as you can see, we already put the primer down. So now that's done, we're gonna do the epoxy. So I have my A and my both A's because it's a 2-to-1 mixture. So 2 A's and then 1 B. So I'm just gonna put it in one bucket, mix it for a minute and a half, and then once I'm finished mixing it in one bucket, throw it in another bucket, and then mix it for another 60 seconds. And then once that's done, then we're just gonna put the white base down so this is the white base that I have for it. The only thing that I need to find out right now is I'm gonna call Leggari because I know it's not really 24 hours yet, but they have a 2-hour window, and it's been about 12 hours since I've done this. So I'm just gonna give them a call and find out what's going on, or if I should still be able to epoxy it, or I just need to put some alcohol down. But let's go. So I just talked to Leggari. They just called me like about 30 minutes ago. So they did say because the cure time, it has to be sticky. So they said to reactivate the primer, I have to use a 220 grit sandpaper. So I just end up getting this from Lowe's. They had a sale on it for $99 and you get the battery and everything. So I end up getting it, and then this cost $9. So we're gonna just start sanding down everything so that we could reactivate the primer, and then once we're done reactivating the primer, then we just start pouring the epoxy. Then tomorrow I just put the top coat on, but just gently put the top coat on because I don't want to create any lines in it. So we're almost done, let's go. So now that when he's sanding it, you can see, because right now, right here is flat, but here where he sanded already, it feels a little bit sticky. So it's just like a light sand, so that the epoxy has something to stick to. So what I'm about to do right now, I'm gonna start just pouring the highlights all over the floor. As I said, this is the closest thing I could kind of get to like the BMW colors. So it's kind of hot, but you see that it's already started bubbling in some spots. So what I'm gonna try to do is spray some alcohol to mitigate that. So now I'm just gonna start throwing pour some of the colors over the floor. I'm just a one-man camera again, so I'm doing it right now. But I'm about to start rubbing the highlights in. So far I kind of like how it looks. So you guys are on the tripod. So I already made sure to de-shred this one. So now that I de-shred it, I'm just gonna get started into the epoxy. And I might leave the middle like this because I kind of like the middle, but just try to blend it a little bit. So, and then all the spots that I don't have any colors, like right here, this is a big gap, and right here is a big gap where I don't really have any colors. And maybe right at the front where the camera is at right now, and this is the spot. So I'm going to try to blend in some of this color and see how it looks. I'm gonna leave it like this because I have like one thick, I kind of want to need like a thick color in each one, where I have like a little bit of blue, light blue, dark blue, and the red over here. The same thing over there. You have a little bit over here. I kind of messed this one up, but I mean, I still like it with these lines right here. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's looking good. I like it. I mean, I think me freehanding it and pouring the epoxy over, to me, I like that better versus, you know, spreading it out a little bit. But even though I did spread it out, it's still like some spots over here where I could like make it a little bit. But also, the epoxy is drying really fast, so that's also the other reason as well, because now I'm just spraying the alcohol on it. So yeah, but this is the last and final thing, and then we'll see how it looks in the morning. Hey, so it's about a day. I'll let it set for a day, but I realized you can see a couple of bubbles that's in the epoxy, so that means it's the air that's in the concrete was coming up and made these bubbles. But as you can see, it's a good amount. So since I have the garage sitting for a day, I have to basically sand back the whole top of the garage. And then for these spots where we have the bubbles at, I'm thinking either two things. I'm thinking of either sanding it down and then just put some epoxy up top and then just have it dry for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I put the top coat on, or I could sand it down and then see how it would look. Because there's a spot over here, I think I started sanding down. Yeah, right here. So I gotta sand it down with a 220 grit. So now I don't feel it, but I just gotta fill up these holes right here and then put down some epoxy again, and then basically sand down the top of it. So I'm thinking either just go through the whole garage, sand down every spot that I see, and then once I do that, I just fill it with some epoxy, let it sit for an hour or 2 or maybe 3, and then sand it back down so it's leveled with the ground, and then put the top coat on, so it will be 100% finished. But also while I'm doing that, when I'm done, I gotta clean out the spot with some alcohol. So when I clean out the spot with some alcohol, it should be good from there. So let's keep going. I thought sanding would be the easy part. This is the hard part. But yeah, those are the spots where the bubbles is at. And then when you get down to this, just make sure it's flush and the edges are off. And then I'm thinking either two things. I could put the top coat on, or I just go back and then just mix the little bit of blue and a little bit of red that I have left, and then just put it in this and then let it sit for another day, sand it back down, and then just put the top coat on. So I patched up some of the bubbles, kind of mixed the blue and the red together. It kind of gave us a little bit of purple. See those dark spots all over. So now I'm about to put a top coat on. So I'm gonna put this one big bottle of part A, that part B right there, and then this is the grit, and then I'm gonna just roll it out onto the epoxy, and then that's the let it sit for a couple of days, and that's it. So I'm just gonna keep on knocking out the top coat right here. I'll talk to y'all. Alright, so this is a wrap for this episode on Rebuildz. So, well, just finished laying out all the top coat. So now it's not that glossy anymore. It just have that, like, it's kind of like a matte finish. But this has some grit in it, I want to say, so you can't fall or anything if something spills. I'm not going to touch it, but as you can see, the little spots that for each bowls, I shouldn't have mixed. To me, I think the purple kind of threw it off. I shouldn't have mixed the purple and the red. I should have just choose one or the other, or just did mix some blue, some red, and put it in the respective spots. But I mean, it did turn out good. I really like it. I like the blues and the red color different. But I mean, that's about it. Ain't nothing more much to worry about there, because the next thing is left for me to do is just start loading back the garage with a whole bunch of stuff and the new build that we have. So we'll just see you in the next episode. And so it's the next couple of days. So what you could see is after I put down the top coat has been done for the I did it like 3 days ago. So everything was done on Sunday in the evening. So Monday, Tuesday, and now today is Wednesday, early in the morning. So you want to say 2.5 days, somewhere about that. But as you can see, it's nice. Just a little bit of bubbles here and there in the top coat, but nothing that's gonna bother me too much, like how much we seal up these little holes right here, or these bubble holes. I did make a little like this right here in the corner. That's my little patch to say it's a bad patch that I purposely made. So I left that as my mark. But anyways, I love how it came out. Only thing I wish I have done different was to, instead of mixing the blue and the red to make purple, I would have either did the blue or purple, but since to contrast everything, because the purple is so dark it kind of makes it look black in a sense, but that's the only really purple spot, as you can see in that corner right there. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start taking all this tape from everywhere and start pack back some stuff in here, find that spot, put the new toolbox in. I also have some hooks that I got for the quick jacks. So I'm trying to figure out a placement for them, but I also want to put it in a spot where I know, okay, it's gonna be perfect right there and stuff like that. But let's hop straight into it.
waste some time. Oh, oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me. Hanging in the corner with a nose. High on whatever they sold me.
This is how it looks. Wow. The light is on. So what I'm gonna do, you already see that I started packing some stuff in the garage already. Because I need some space inside of the house. This is looks with the garage door open. As I said, you can see it just looks like some little spots. But what I should have done, as I said, just put either blue or something to just contrast the floor a little bit better. But I mean, it still came out amazing. And it's not like the epoxy earlier on in the video where it's just a straight epoxy that didn't have a top coater. So this, it makes it harder for you to slip, or it's like a non-skid piece. So as you can see, the floors came out wonderful. I love it. Just those little small hiccups. And another thing is, always remember to take your tape off early. And that's what I forgot to do. So you kind of leave a little bit of tape mark right here, but I'll take those out later on. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, drop your comments and thoughts down below. Turn your post notifications on. Hey, if you like our videos, please consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button. If you don't like the video, hit that thumbs down icon. And you can also make sure you could also drop a comment so we know how to improve on things. But anyways, until next time, stay positive, stay motivated.